A warm welcome to all watchers. This is episode 4 in the series of book reviews we've undertaken of late. The book we are going to review today is Normal People by Sally Rooney. Sally Rooney won worldwide acclaim when her second book, Normal People, was longlisted for the Booker Prize in 2018. Before I tell you about the plot of this book, I would like to say that this is one polarizing book that has divided its readers into the two extremes of being lovers and haters. On the one hand, Sally is being hailed as the voice of the generation, the voice of millennials, and her work is drawing comparisons to the likes of Jane Austen and J.D. Salinger. On the other hand, there is a huge faction of readers who've denounced the book and who are solely ascribing to the success of the book to the fact that heavy marketing has been done for it. Marketing to the target of our Instagram generation, whose naive impressions are the result of filtering their lives, perceiving the world through the lens of social media. So this is what is fueling the debate till date, and the book remains in news. To talk about the plot of the book, the story revolves around the relationship, the complicated friendship and relationship of two Irish youngsters who have contrasting backgrounds and personalities, and they happen to meet in high school, and theirs is an unlikely relationship since I mentioned that they hail from different backgrounds. So these people, their relationship as impacted by their social status, their social circles, their mental states, that is their anxieties, their passions and their ignorances. How these things impact their relationship over the course of about 4 years is explored throughout the book. So now moving on to the key characters, the protagonists, that is Marianne and Connell. So Marianne is a recluse. She hails from a healthy... Now moving on to the characters in the book. The protagonists, that is Marianne and Connell. While Marianne is a recluse, she hails from a wealthy family and is extremely intelligent. She gets the best grades at school and yet she is sneered at. She is somebody who is socially very awkward, and she belongs to a family that is highly respected and enjoys a good social status. Yet on the inside, the reality is grotesque. She suffers a lot of abuse at the hands of her own father and brother. Then there is her mother who constantly belittles her. So this is something that renders her really fragile, and this also is one reason that she turns out to be masochistic towards the middle of the story. And then there is this contrasting character, the male lead, that is Connell. Connell is very charming. He has a lot of friends. He is very popular at school. He's good looking. He's a footballer. He's well liked and admired. But he hails from a poor background. His mother is a single, unwed woman, raising him to be an empath. So it is under these circumstances that they meet. Since they do not interact in school, they happen to meet at Marianne's, where Connell's mom works as a housekeeper. And this is where they find that they are drawn to each other, and they begin their secret relationship outside of school. So now these two characters are really interesting in that to them the world is like a canvas, a large canvas where fires are erupting everywhere, which means that they are very aware of the world's issues, what is happening around the world, thanks to the load of social media, information on social media. So these are people whose conversations are founded on such serious things as world issues and books and movies. Even their physical relationship is founded on such ideas. On the one hand, they are very intellectual, but this does not help them drown their narcissistic millennial side. So these are people who believe that they are special in a way, and they feel that their problems are unique. They have a sense of intellectual superiority about them, which is not stated explicitly in the book, but is revealed through the conversations, the unpunctuated dialogues that the two are assigned. Then there are other characters like the two's friends and their mothers who are very different from each other, but there isn't much to them that we ought to discuss in this review. So moving on to the setting. The book is set in a small town in Ireland during the school years of Marianne and Connell, and later the couple, they move to Trinity College, where their on and off relationship goes on, and the time period is the 4 years preceding the post-recession recession 2010. So now talking about the themes that are explored through the book. So now I think this story is about the intricacies, the dynamics of different classes, how the interclass dynamics. And Sally Rooney, you would like to know, she is a Marxist. So now from that eye, she conceives of this relationship between, this unlikely relationship between two people who are from different backgrounds, two social economic opposites, and how they keep coming back to each other despite the miscommunications and misunderstandings between them. And so both of them are, they are anti-capitalism, and but Connell is not shown as somebody who is cynical because of this. There is an instance where Connell, laughs at the idea of Marianne's mother rejecting him because he hails from a poor background. He thinks that the idea is really outdated, and but the book also subtly explores the lack of awareness that us privileged people have. Although Marianne has best intentions for Connell, yet she does not acknowledge her own privilege. She does not accept the fact, or she never tells herself that she has she has a better life than Connell's. So then what happens is that many times she is not able to understand the monetary concerns that haunt Connell, and this is precisely why there are conflicts between the two. So another beautiful theme that I believe the book explores is the idea of dependence. Now, this is something that clearly, that very deeply resonates with me. Sally Rooney claims that we all are dependent on each other, and it's high time we accepted it. Although it's a glorified, independence is a really glorified virtue, but she says that the truth, the way we move in real life is that we are actually, being males and females, we're actually dependent on each other, and it's high time we valued that thing. So a third theme that the book explores is the psychology behind physical as well as mental abuse through the picture of fragile Marianne, for whom pain is normalcy. So what happens is that she constantly falls prey to a lot of sadists, and Connell rescues her time and again. And at one point of time, Connell is surprised by the power he has over Marianne. He says during the book that even if I physically hurt her, she's going to just stay calm and accept it. So moving on to why this book is relevant for you, I believe that the writing style is really detached and simple. The book is a quick read, and the prose is not dense. So this is a book that is going to expose you to the psyche of modern day millennials, people who are bombarded with information and who are also armed with social confidence, self-confidence. So what is the mentality of these people? What do they think, and how are their interactions like? What are their interactions like? I also feel that this is one book that breeds socialism and politics. Although not very explicit, I think you are going to discover this through the conversations between the couple, and the intricacies of different social systems are going to be revealed to you throughout the book. And I also feel that this is one book that answers a very important question for all of us: why revolution? So these are times where political turmoil is happening everywhere. So to all of those who are feeling that there is that pursuing the truth is futile, given the haze of today, given the fact that we might not win in the end, this book is going to answer that question for you. So signing off, Geetika Kohli Amla at the Dispatch.